Welcome everybody to the to building games with the Discord social SDK in Unity. I'm Anthony Teschia. I'm developer relations at Discord. We've got our booth over here. So at Discord, I do a lot of different things. Part of it's education. We write documentation. We use a lot of like our APIs and stuff first, and get to like help give feedback on it. We also run our community. So we have a Discord developer community. We do like live virtual events, stuff like this. And then we take feedback from people who use our SDKs and our APIs. And we bring that back to our developers and try to make things easier to use, fix bugs. So we're kind of like the glue between marketing and developers and doing the documentation, all of those things. Before this, I was an indie game developer. So I made games for the last 15 years. I worked on like, I don't know, 40 plus indie titles. I've made software for escape rooms. I've done live audio reactive stuff for bands. All of this in Unity. So I've been in Unity for a long time and have really enjoyed it. Today we're going to talk about the Discord Social SDK. So the Social SDK, if you haven't heard of it, basically brings the power of Discord into your game. So we give you access to voice chat, text chat, lobbies, invites. You can show what your players are doing in your game in Discord. So we have something called Rich Presence, so you can see what your friends are doing. And we've sort of built this as a way to help answer a lot of questions that game developers have, try to help people get their game discovered. So if you've ever thought about like, how do I get players to play my game, or how do I find, grow my game organically? Things like Rich Presence help with that. So if your friends can see what your players are playing, or sorry, if your players can see what their friends are playing, they can join through them. They get more information like through Discord. Basically the social SDK helps answer a lot of those questions. And so we have a Unity version, which we'll be showing today. We've got an Unreal version, and we've got a C++ version. This is cross-platform. It works on mobile, Android, iOS, Windows, Mac, Linux, PlayStation, and Xbox. And the social SDK is at no cost to developers. You can go today, grab it, use it, put it into your games. So what we'll be talking about today, we'll actually show you where you get the social SDK, how you create a Discord application. An application kind of is what you need to like interface with it. We're going to be building a little bit, doing some technical stuff in this sample that we have. So we're going to show you how to like bring the Discord package into Unity, and then we're going to show off how you would like make a friends list, how you would do rich presence so that players can see what their friends are doing, and then we'll show you adding direct messaging. The cool thing about like direct messaging is it works across your game and also into the Discord client itself. So a lot of the features are kind of like that, where you've got players, in Discord, and like let's say you want to have a friend join you, you can send an invite from your game. You'll get callbacks for that within the game itself and within the Discord client, so players can see what their friends are doing, join through them, through the client or through the game. Cool. So everything we've got covered here today is actually covered in this Unity Learn course that we just launched. So this goes through step by step. I'm going to do a lot of abbreviated stuff because we're only here for 30 minutes. But this will take you through kind of everything. So you're going to implement like the authentication, the rich presence, build a friends list, build the UI for that friends list. You'll do lobbies and invites, which we won't show today, but is in there. And then, it's a great resource. We literally just launched this week. Jamika, who's in the booth over there, and I both wrote this together. So let's get started and build some stuff. First things first, I'm going to show you where you go to basically get the social SDK. So discord.com/developers or discord.dev will bring you to our documentation. And hopefully the internet's working. So we have all of our documentation. And through there, you can go to our developer portal. So that's where this is. And you need to create an application to be able to use the social SDK. So create a test app. And with an application, you get access to a bunch of features from Discord. So you can create a bot You can create an activity, which is a web game that's on Discord, like on the client itself, that players can play when they're playing in a voice chat, and you get the social SDK. So there's a lot of settings over here. The main important thing is this application ID. This is all we need to actually connect our game to the social SDK. And then you just come over here to getting started. You're going to fill out, sorry, I'm going to put in a bunch of garbage data here. Hopefully this works. And we just like to collect a little bit of information about who you are, what you're building. And with that, you get access to the social SDK. So the social SDK, you come over to these downloads. We've got, again, C++, Unity, Unreal. We have the actual plugin itself, and we also have a sample. So the sample shows you how all of these things work. It's a very programmery sample of the UI is not pretty, but all of the features are in there. All you do is download this, and you get a package. And in Unity, you're just going to come to the package manager. You can either install from disk, or you can just unzip the package itself, move it into your packages folder, and Unity will automatically pick it up. So you'll see I've got it already in here. I'm going to be using this other sample that we've built. We've got this social SDK Unity sample that's open source for you to grab and use. And it also does a lot of those same things. It has prefabs already for you in Unity for friends lists, lobbies that you can use in a commercial game ready to go. So yeah, we'll hop into Unity now. So here's kind of what we've got with that sample I was just talking about. I'm just going to run it and kind of show you how this works. So in here, we've got that prefab for the friends list already. All we really need to do is connect to Discord, and I'll show you how that code kind of works. It's all OAuth. The player, when they go to connect to Discord, will see the authentication either pop up in the Discord client itself, or if they don't have it open, the web browser. Same on their phones. So for mobile, it'll pop up on the app itself. So once they authorize it, they've connected their account, and that's really all you need to do. You just do that once. You get a token, an auth token back. You also get a refresh token. And I'll show you how that works. So the refresh token, once you have that, it is indefinite, I believe, so you can just keep authenticating, and players never have to connect again. Their game's connected. And when we come back here, you'll actually see there's some magic. I've already got something set up, but the friends list already populates. Yeah, and that's really all it takes. So let's hop into the code really quick. I'll show you that authentication. So we have this Discord manager. This is in that sample I just showed you. It's kind of a little wrapper around the social SDK. And the reason I wrap it is the social SDK has callbacks for a lot of things, but you can only subscribe a single function to those callbacks. So just to make it a little bit more C#, you'll see I've got a bunch of handlers and stuff here. So this Discord manager wraps those and also handles the OAuth for you. So when you click that button, we go through this OAuth flow. Where is it? Right down here. You can ignore most of this. This is all just all of the wrapper of events. But starting the OAuth flow, this is all in our documentation too. It's in each of the samples. So you just basically copy this. It's the exact same thing you would use. And it handles the OAuth flow for you. So opens the application for them or the web browser. You don't have to do a ton of work. And once they accept, you get a callback, and you get those 2 tokens in this function here. So I actually store the refresh token, and I had to comment this out earlier so that it would actually auth so you could see it, but I'll bring this back in. So now every time we go to run Unity again, it'll automatically connect for the player. So we'll see that here. Boom. Cool. So that's a little bit of how it's structured. Let's do something. So if you've ever thought about those questions I talked about a little bit earlier, how do I get more players to naturally organically find my game? How do I sort of connect my friends together? Rich presence is a really powerful way to do that. So a lot of your players are probably on Discord. I think 90% of Discord users are playing games, and we have something like 200 million plus users. So there's a lot of gamers on Discord. So if you harness the power of rich presence, then people in all those servers can see what other players are playing. Yeah, and really that's like one of the big things is like if you can see what other players are playing, you can see what the game is, you can ask them to join through it, you can just get more information about the game itself. Rich presence is really cool because you can expose information about what's happening in your game. You can tell everyone like, oh, this player's in a lobby, or they're like in an instance right now. They're fighting in a match like a 5v5, and their score is 3-0. All those things you can expose. You can do it in real time, and it updates instantly. So let's add rich presence. One of the callbacks that you get from the Discord social SDK is this status changed. And so we kind of hook into this in a lot of places. Basically what this is when the client authenticates, you get this like ready status. And in here, we're going to hook into that. So when we know that the client's authenticated, the player's authenticated, or we've used that refresh token, we know that we can interface with the social SDK. And at that point, right away, we want to set their rich presence. So this code, I've got a object already set up. And in the inspector, just a little bit of information in Unity creating a game. Again, this could be set directly in here, or you could dynamically set this while they're playing the game. For this, we're just gonna, like, when the client authenticates, we're going to show that information. And rich presence is pretty easy to do. All we're gonna do here, I'm gonna turn off this code completes. We're going to use something called an activity. Kind of bad naming because we also have Discord activities, which are games that you can create that run in Discord. But the idea of an activity is just something somebody is doing on Discord. So we have this activity. My code complete also turned off. Hold on one second. All right, I guess we're going to do it without code complete. So we have a, oh, there we go. We're just going to create a new activity. We're going to do, so the two strings that I passed in through the inspector are already in here. It's the start state and the details. So all we need to do is activity.setState. And that's going to be the state, and then activity.setDetails. And then the other thing we have is the activity type. So if my autocomplete was working, we would be able to see the different types. But if you're making a game, there's like playing. But if you're making an app, it doesn't necessarily need to be a game. You could have it say listening, watching. There's just a bunch of like verbs, I guess, of like what your players or your users could be doing. So for this case, we're just using activity types.playing. Actually, let me see if I can. Nope, won't even let me jump in there. That's all right. There's a handful of different like verbs that you can use, but for our case, we're just going to set activity just that they're playing. So what is this? Set type. Luckily, I have also prepared a little oh shit emergency section. So it's this piece of code here. Also really cool. All the code I'm going to show you is like pretty small, but like this is literally all we're going to be doing to interface with the Discord social SDK. So it's like pretty minimal and like really easy to use, which has been really nice. Okay, so the next thing we want to do, you can also show like how long they've been playing. You can show just a generic time. So like if you have like a match going on, you want to show they've been playing this game. They're like 27 minutes into League of Legends or something. You can do that. So there's a activity timestamp. And then all we're going to do is set the, timestamp dots. I have to go back over here because code complete's not working. It was set timestamps. And then one thing that I did is on start, I just started, I just got access to time, right? Time.time, or I think time. I forget where it is in here, but like when the game starts up, I have the exact time that it started up, and that's all you need to do is set the like beginning time, and then the rich presence will automatically like show you how long it's been since that time. So we're also going to need to do set timestamp, and we're going to pass in the timestamp. Cool. I think that's everything. Oh yeah, and then the social SDK, we talk to it through this client. So client is the main social SDK object. That's how you're going to do messaging. That's how you're going to do rich presence. I think it's set rich presence with this activity. Okay, let me double check my work. Update rich presence. Client update rich presence. And then every call you do to the social SDK is going to have some sort of callback to give you, success or whatever happened. So you need to know, did it send successfully? So we have this callback down here, and we get this client result back. All I'm doing is checking if it was successful. We'll post a little message in the console that yes, it worked. Otherwise, we'll say it failed. Cool. So let's go back here. And okay, I must have messed something up. Weird. Okay. Let me restart this really quick. I'm actually not sure why this is happening. I also have multiple instances of Unity going. So sorry. Ooh. Okay, I broke something. Let me just drop I think the social SDK is actually, I might have accidentally moved it or removed it. Live debugging is no fun. Okay, so I'm actually going to show you how to add the social SDK to Unity because I seem to have broken it. And where's the folder? All right, so all we need to do is actually move this folder in here. And that adds it to the package, to the packages. Okay, I'm just going to ignore that and see what's happening. Okay. Well, that was my bad. So thank you for live debugging. I forgot the S at the end of activity timestamps. But you got to see me put the package in. That's literally all it takes is you drop in the folder. I thought that was broken. It was a spelling error. Let's go back to that scene and we'll run it and we'll see rich presence working. And then we'll show direct messaging. There is... Sorry, I have some weird accessibility things because I'm on like a company laptop that I need to like some security stuff that I need to allow it. All right. we're back. Friends list loaded. And then if we look at our console, we should see rich presence updated. So if we head back over to this account, we should see now there's the timestamp counting up. We're creating a game in Unity. So if you use that same code, you can set it live from anywhere. Again, show what player is doing at any point in your game. And that's rich presence. All right, so we still got time. I'm going to show you direct messaging really quick. So if we go to, let me show you really quick. In the UI, I already have something set up. So we have our whole friends list here. The way we want to set up messaging, we have it so that you click a button, you can open up a direct message to a friend. I've got a little bit of UI ready to go. So this is just some like placeholder like Unity text input and like text to show you where the like messages would show up. We're going to be able to type a message, hit enter, send it to the person that we've opened up the chat with. And I'm actually going to respond on my phone with my other account, my main account. So in order to do that, we're going to go to this message code that I've got set up. This is just interfacing with the UI right now. But what we're going to do is exactly that. So we're going to subscribe to the, there's a message created. So what this will do is whenever the social SDK notices that you've received a message from somebody in the game, you're going to get a callback. And what we want to do with that is actually display the message that is created. And so this message you actually get from when you send a message and when you receive messages. So all we're going to do here is something a little bit cheaty. Down here in show message, we get access to the message ID. We're going to use the social SDK to, hold on, let me turn this autocomplete off. Hopefully this time nothing breaks. We're going to call client.getMessageHandle. So the way the social SDK works with like data, so messages, users, there's a handle. So message handle is going to be all the information about a message. Who sent it, what is in the message, what channel it's in. A user handle similar, it's like who that user is, what their ID is. There's a relationship handle, so it's the definition of a relationship between you and another user. Yeah, and so all we need to do is we're going to get the message ID in that callback. So we need to translate that ID into the actual message handle itself. So we're going to call client.getMessageHandle. And that's all we really need. So I have this commented out here, but this is that text box. We're going to take the message author display name. That's their display name on Discord. And then we're going to get the message content, and that's the actual message that was sent. I'm going to do something cheaty here where I'm just going to kind of shove it into this like long text box, put a new line at the end of it. I think normally you'd probably want to create like a prefab for a message. You create a new message each time you get a new one. But for the case of this talk, we're just going to sort of add that text in there. And then we want to be able to send a message. So in order to do that, all we're going to do, you saw when we clicked that chat box in the friends list, it opened up a little chat box. When we do that, I actually also hold on to the ID of the user that you've clicked that chat box with. So we have that user ID in here. And all we're going to do is call send user message. And we need to know who we're sending that message to. So the current user, that's the ID. What's the message? So that UI is actually hooked up to this function through the inspector. So we're going to get access to the text. And then, again, we need the callback. So how do we know like what happened? Yeah, basically, we want to know what happened and how that went. So we have the callback. In the callback for this one, not only do you get a result, you also get the message ID. So if you wanted to do more information, or sorry, more with that information of the message, you get access to it here too. Okay, so let's hop back in here. Let's run it. And once we connect, let me sign in. You also see the there I am, the friends list updates automatically. You get callbacks for all of this. You can like tell when users come online, go offline, whether they're in your game. So you can see I'm not actually like in the game. I'm just on Discord right now. So I'm going to send a message. And if everything went well, it shows up in here, message sent successfully. I actually got it on here, and I can say, hi back. And it should show up right down there. So that's direct messaging. We also have, like, when you create lobbies, you can do messaging through lobbies. And that actually, like, you can connect to a channel in Discord. So if you have, like, a guild channel in your server, you can do stuff like that. That's also how you would, like, send invites to players to join that lobby. Yeah, so this is direct messaging, and let's hop back really quick to, where's my browser? Somewhere. There it is. Again, that sample that I just built, sort of put those things into, is free to use. Just look up the Social SDK Unity sample. And yeah, that's kind of it. So if you're building a multiplayer game, if you have more questions about Social SDK, anything we talked about here, any of the things that are available in the Social SDK, our booth is right here. Come talk to us. We're going to be hanging out all day today and tomorrow. We've also got a talk tomorrow, sort of overarching all of our everything that Discord offers. So all of our APIs, building bots, activities, using the Social SDK, how you can connect all of those things to build like a pretty vibrant community where your players can like go and meet other people that are playing your game, and how that like helps, you know, increase the longevity of your game, brings people back and keeps them playing more. But yeah, if you have any questions, come talk to us. Also, we have this survey here. If you fill this survey out and then come to our booth, we're giving away Discord orbs to everybody that does that. So with orbs, you can buy things like Nitro, skins on your Discord account, that sort of stuff. So please, give us any like feedback. We'd love to like hear more about what you're doing. And then we also have ducks. So everybody that attended the talk, we have those rubber ducks over there. Feel free to come get a rubber duck, help your rubber duck debug, which I could have used during this. Would have been super helpful. Yeah, that's the whole talk. Come talk to us. Come hang out. Thank you so much for listening, and fill out the survey for free stuff.